events in human history. Somehow today, Rwanda is one of the most advanced economies and safest countries in Africa, a beacon for hope for the rest of the continent. I sat down with President KAGAME, the man that led a country reeling from the worst atrocities in our lifetime to becoming one of the most advanced economies in Africa, one of the safest countries in Africa. He was involved in saving the country from genocide, leading the militia that overthrew the genocidal government, and then rebuilt the country from scratch, even below scratch, to where it is today. And now he's in the middle of a political turmoil where he's being accused of being involved in the war in Congo, one of the worst wars going on right now. I hope you enjoyed this interview. It will probably be one of the most memorable stories you've ever heard. What you're saying is that aid could become a liability for a country.
That is even an understatement. It is. Whoever gives you aid controls your life.
Rwanda has a history in Congo. Congo, I feel, is like, it's not even a country anymore. As heartbreaking it is, it's just a land full of minerals that so many different people have their hands into that pot.
If you looked at the list of 100 entities who are interested in the minerals in the Congo, Rwanda would come as 100. Our problem is not minerals. Ours is about security. We really want peace. We want peace in Congo because it translates into peace for us.
If you're sitting privately with President Felix right now, what would you tell him?
I would tell him I wish he wasn't president of that good country.
You came into Rwanda, the RPF came in, you took over the government, and you took over leadership after about 100 days, 3 months or so. And then you had a country, as you said earlier, that was just death. There was nothing there, just dead bodies and dogs eating those bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone that was alive was either a participant in the massacre or someone that was lucky enough to escape. How? What would you do as someone that is in charge of such a country? What was the first thing you did to rebuild the country?
Yeah, we got to find where to start from, and one of them was reorganize the forces that that had been fighting, and map out what next do we do. We at least the war is won with a huge loss. That's another issue. And then the other is what remains of people. By the way, this was accompanied in 94 at the beginning. We had nearly 3 million people who went into Eastern Congo, 3 million. And others about 600 to 800,000 into Tanzania.
Wow.
Yeah. So the whole country was emptied. Yes, and that was part of the strategy for them. It was like, if we are defeated, and then we shall empty the country so that these people, because they used to call us foreigners, that these foreigners who came in from outside, from Uganda, from Burundi, from wherever, by the time they come, they should find the country empty, meaning making it ungovernable, or even to fail to start from anywhere. So, but we did two things. We reorganized our own people, and were in no way hiding the fact that this was almost an impossible task to rebuild the country that starts from below the scratch and empty of people, because the refugees had others were displaced internally. There are 3 million who went to Eastern Congo, about 700, 800 went to Tanzania, others hundreds to Uganda, others hundreds of thousands to both Uganda and Burundi. So we had others internally displaced in their thousands. So we had now to create a sense of security to allow people and start encouraging people not only to come back from outside, but also for those internally displaced to go back to their places and assure them nothing is going to happen to them. We